I don't give a damn about Robin and I don't give a damn about Juan. So don't expect me to say anything about them tonight. Okay? What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Scotty, and you're here for my review of The Real Housewives of Potomac Season 4, Episode 1. Let's get right on into it. I know for the last couple of seasons, you guys have wanted me to get into Potomac and review it. I reviewed it once last season and never reviewed it again. But Potomac is giving Atlanta a run for its money. So I decided, okay, bitch, let's review Potomac all motherfucking season. And I'm gonna keep to that, alright? So let's just get on to the review. So I'm going to start off with Giselle. Now, Giselle talked to her kids about her relationship with Sherman first. Now, that's what she talks about. Now, apparently her and Sherman have broken up just due to the fact that they don't have no communication. There's a lot of things that were said and all of that. And honestly, when you don't have communication and when you don't have trust in a relationship, there is no relationship. You have to have those two things. And I just feel like Giselle did the best thing for her. She let him go and she went on about her motherfucking business. But apparently, he reached back out to her. They've been communicating and they've been going to therapy and they're trying to make their relationship work. Sometimes you have to deal with certain things to be comfortable. Sometimes you have to work through your differences. And at the end of the day, it's not always so easy to just give up and just walk away on certain situations. Now, I know that I'm saying that right now, but when it comes down to a Kirk and a Rashida, you know, I always say this bitch is dumb. She need to leave him. But that's a different situation because Kirk and Rashida have been dumb for each other for the past 2 decades, so it's time for them to go. But as far as Giselle and Sherman, it's just kind of new, and they have the time to fix whatever is going wrong right now early on. So I'm kind of rooting for Giselle and Sherman, although I do not like Giselle not one motherfucking bit. I feel like she's a messy ass bitch. She tried too hard to be funny, but that's just my opinion. They talk about her friendship with Karen, and Giselle ruined that friendship with Karen, honestly. Like, she was being way too messy. She was being evasive, being all up in her fucking business. And she was acting like she really cared when she know that she didn't. Now, I know that they've been friends for so many years. And I think that now that everything that has gone on with Karen, you know, losing her parents and all of that stuff has really taken a toll on the friendship. And I guess that now Giselle feels guilty about doing the things that she did. And she should feel guilty about it because she was dead ass wrong for that. Dead ass wrong for that. And now she wants to bake cookies and give them to Karen so they can finally have a conversation. But, yeah. Ashley and Michael, I'm not talking about their ass either because I could care less. Like, I was about to throw the fuck up watching Ashley sitting on top of Michael, kissing all over him, putting whipped cream all on her body so he can lick it off of her and all of that stuff. I ain't talking about Ashley and Michael. Disgusting. I ain't talking about them. So we're going to go into Candace and Chris or whatever. They having a conversation about their wedding. And, you know, it's mainly about the fact that Dorothy doesn't really show Candace any respect. And I guess she feels like she doesn't have to show Candace any respect because she's always been supporting her throughout her life. She's supporting her with this wedding and giving her dime to it. And I just don't, and let me tell you something about parents. I do not like when a parent decides to throw in your face what they've done for you as if that's not what the fuck they're supposed to do. You as a parent you're supposed to do whatever you can for me and my siblings. You're supposed to do that. You don't have to remind me of that just because you're upset. Sometimes I feel like parents use that whole I do all I can for you and everything I've done for you as a way to guilt trip you into, you know, seeing things their way. And they used to work on me, but that shit don't work on me. I'm a grown ass man. At the end of the day, when you're right, you're right, and when you're wrong, you're wrong, and when you're wrong, you're just fucking wrong. And at the end of the day, don't try to use what you've done for me as a way to get me, to guilt trip me into feeling sorry for you because you feel some type of way because I'm speaking up for you. Speaking up for myself. One thing about Candace is that she hasn't spoken up for herself because her mother is her pride and joy. And she feels like if she speaks up for herself, her mother's going to stop supporting her. And that's really all it is. She feels like her mama not going to support her no more. And that's what it is. But she's crippling herself, and her mother's crippling her by doing her the way that she is. And I don't think that's fucking fair, that she has to keep her mouth shut just to appease her mama. It don't work that way, period. Like, at this point, Candace, with you being grown and you about to get married and possibly start your own family, it's about time for you and your mother to have that conversation. Because if you don't have that conversation with your mother, there will never be no motherfucking boundaries, and your mother needs to know some motherfucking boundaries. And that's why you're miserable, because your mother is still overbearing, and she's still over you, and you need to get her away from you. She's suffocating your spirit, and you need to let that go. You know what I mean? You need to stand up to your mother and let her know that it's not her place to have any say so in your life. You're grown. Point blank. So we get into Chris and no, we're not gonna get into that yet. Well, yes, we will. We're gonna get into Chris and Monique, okay? And you know, Monique is pregnant. We saw that she was pregnant on the reunion this past year, whatnot. And Chris feels like Monique owes Giselle an apology, despite the fact that they have their issues. She owes her an apology, and that's mainly because she put Sherman on blast for everything that he did. And in a sense, that was kind of wrong, Monique, okay? Like, yeah, Giselle is messy as fuck, and she's always trying to do some bullshit to somebody, but I do feel like that was totally fucked up. It was totally wrong. You had your own beef with Giselle, and you brought Sherman in it just to hurt her, not knowing that you were hurting somebody else in the process. So you were wrong for that, and it does put your husband in a compromising position. So for the sake of your husband, just apologize to Sherman, and then we can keep it light. That's how I feel about the whole situation. Just keep it light and apologize, and that's what you owe him. So Giselle, she reaches out to Karen. And you know, Karen has been going through a lot. You know, Karen lost her mom and lost her dad within a 7-month radius. So there's a lot to handle right now. And Giselle decided that she wants to reach out to her, bring her the cookies, and just have a conversation. But but Karen is not really here for that right now, because she feels like Giselle hasn't been the best friend to her, and she just feels like right now is not the fucking time for them to have a conversation about that, because she just wants to grieve in peace. And that's understandable. I mean, Giselle ain't nothing but drama anyway, and honestly, she's not really gonna own up to what the fuck she did to you in this situation. So right now is really not the right time for you to even have no conversation with Giselle, because you never know when Giselle is genuine, and you never know when she's keeping it real. Honestly, that's just my take on what I've seen on this show so far. You never know when she really, you never know when she fake. All I know is that Karen accepted the cookies, and she said this is not the time to discuss this. We'll talk after Candace's wedding. So I'm glad that she gave her that much. So next thing you know, Candace and Karen, they sit down and they have a conversation. And basically, Candace reveals that, you know, when her mom and dad was together, her dad cheated on her mom and had a love child. And her mother never wanted to have anything to do with the child, despite the fact that the child was innocent in the situation. But because she was still bitter about what happened with her man and somebody else, she never wanted to have anything to do with the child, and never wanted Candace to have anything to do with him either. But Candace, you know, is basically calling him her father's son, or her half brother. And let me tell you something about this half brother shit. My mama do not play that shit. She do not like that term half brother, okay? Now, me and my sister that lives in the house with us, we share the same father. But my youngest brother that y'all always hear me gush about, we don't have the same father as he does. Me and my sister share a father, but my brother has his own father. That's my ex-stepfather. That's his father. And technically, he's a half brother, because we don't share the same father, but we share the same mother. But just because of that, my mama do not like that term half brother. She was like, motherfucker, if you came out of my pussy, you hoe. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I don't do that half brother, half sister stuff. And you know, even with my siblings on my dad's side, I don't refer to them as my half siblings. I just feel like half brother, half sister, half grandmama, half all that is just disrespectful. You only say that when you're mad at somebody, you know what I mean? So nah. But Candace has secretly been having a relationship with her half brother, and she hasn't even told her mama. And Karen is like, you're giving your mother too much control. And that's exactly what she's doing. You cannot live your life based on what somebody else got to say. If you keep on living your life to be a people pleaser, you're going to forever be in the dumps. You're going to forever be miserable, and you're never going to see the bright side to anything, because you're too busy closing yourself off for other people. Stop closing yourself off for other people. Stop doing what the fuck everybody else wants you to do. That's still your brother. Regardless of what your father did in the past, 30 years ago, it does not matter. That's still your brother, and if you want to have a relationship with your brother, you are allowed to have that. You're a grown-ass woman. Dorothy ain't got a motherfucking thing to do with what the fuck you got going on with your brother. Point blank, period. And your mother is way too judgmental. She's way too overbearing, and she just needs to cut it the fuck out and get the fuck over it. Yeah, your father cheated on her, but what the fuck they got to do with your motherfucking brother? Not a damn thing, because he did not ask to be here, just like you didn't ask to be here either. So Candace, if you want to have a relationship with your fucking brother, you do that. Fuck Dorothy. Point blank, period. And I know that's your mother, and I know you're never going to say fuck you to your mother, but since you can't say it, I'll say it for you. Fuck Dorothy, okay? She's projecting her own insecurities. She's projecting her own bitterness to you. It ain't got nothing to do with you. It ain't got nothing to do with your brother. It's all about your motherfucking father. She needs to see somebody about that. And she got you crying and caring about it. At the end of the day, stop trying to please her. And the fact that you can't even tell her that you invited your own damn brother to your wedding is just alarming to me. That bitch gotta go. Point blank, period. And Candace was like, and Karen basically said, you're going to have to tell your mother that he came. In a sense, she don't got to tell her shit. It's her wedding. She ain't got to tell her a motherfucking thing. But to be on the up and up, okay, go ahead and tell her. But if it was me, I wouldn't tell her shit. It's my wedding, and I have whoever the fuck I want to have there. And if you don't like it, you can go. I don't give a fuck what you paid for. You can go. It's my motherfucking wedding. It ain't got shit to do with you. So Candace finally sat down with her mama, and she was like, I have something to tell you, and I didn't know how you would feel about this, but I invited my brother to the wedding. And she just went ballistic and went off and started insulting Candace and her intelligence, and she just really started being real pretentious and condescending, and I didn't like that. And this is the reason why Candace did not want to have that conversation with Dorothy, because Dorothy is a motherfucking bitch. It ain't got nothing to do with you. You still mad at your man or husband or ex-husband or baby daddy or whatever, because I didn't really catch what the fuck Candace's daddy is to you. Now, if you still married to him and all of that stuff and you still holding on to that shit, bitch, you motherfucking stupid. After 30 years, you should be over that shit at this point. Yeah, he had another child, but the child ain't got nothing to do with you. The child ain't got nothing to do with Candace. The child didn't even ask to be here. And yes, it was a product of your fucking affair, but at the end of the day, if Candace wants to have a motherfucking relationship with her brother, let her have that. She's entitled to have that. That is her flesh and fucking blood at the end of the day. If that's who she wants to have a relationship with, that is her choice. And talking about, why you bringing it into my house? And that's the problem. It's not about you. And what about what people gonna say? It doesn't matter what the fuck anybody got to say. It does not matter, because it ain't got nothing to do with you, bitch. This is about Candace. This is her motherfucking wedding. And she can have whoever the fuck she wants at her motherfucking wedding. Point blank, period. You ain't gotta like it. It ain't got a motherfucking thing to do with you, bitch. Nothing. That's her motherfucking brother. She want to have him there. That's her fucking prerogative. Just like she said, it's her wedding. Think about how she feels. Think about the way you making her feel. Think about the way you're insulting her intelligence because she's doing something that you don't fucking want her to do. Like it's any of your motherfucking business to begin with, bitch. It ain't got shit to do with you. So keep your fucking mouth closed, bitch. Seriously though. Like you full of shit. And you wrong for that. Straight up wrong for that. You straight up wrong for that because Candace didn't deserve that. Period. She did. But you gave it to her anyway? That's fucked up, bitch. And then when she crying, them crocodile tears don't affect me. Really, bitch? Girl, when I tell y'all that shit burnt me up watching that motherfucking episode, I wanted somebody to beat the fuck out of Dorothy. She was wrong for that. Point blank, period. You want to project your motherfucking bitterness on your daughter. She loves her brother. It doesn't matter how he came into the world. It ain't got nothing to do with him. He didn't ask to be here. If you want to be mad at your motherfucking man, bitch. Be mad at him. Because if you still with him, but don't want to have nothing, but act like Candace don't need to have nothing to do with her own damn brother, you are sadly mistaken, bitch. Point the fuck blank. But with that being said, y'all, this is my review on The Real Housewives of Potomac. Be sure to like, rate, comment, and subscribe, and comment and share my motherfucking video. Be sure to do that. Follow me on Instagram at Scotty_by_nature. And that's it. For my next video will be Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And I will see you guys later. Peace and blessings.